continuing our streak of slightly more exotic dogs for us, right? We have Demi, and she is a Weimaraner mix. So a beautiful dog, not something that we get a lot in here. We're used to our hounds, our pit bull type dogs, and our various shepherd and lab mixes. So it's nice to get something a little bit more unusual. And it's just surprising that people haven't seen what breed she is and haven't looked at her more. She's a young dog at just about a year old. She is beautiful and incredibly smart. She knows way more commands than any of the other dogs on the floor. I'm pretty sure she obviously knows sit, she knows down. There's a handful of other things that I can't even remember at this point, because I don't know that they're written in a place that's easily accessible for me right now. But she has a ton of cues, super smart, very food motivated, very playful. She's just going to be a joy for the right family. But we do have, some things that we want to make sure that people are aware of. We're not looking for small children to be in a home with Demi, because she can be a little bit nervous, a little bit shy. And sometimes, it's not that they're trying to be, but, younger kids can be very loud. They can be, a lot of fast movements, maybe not super respectful of a dog that doesn't want to be loved on or hugged, or, knowing when they are ready to be left alone, things like that. So we don't want to set up anybody for failure. Also, Demi has been known to be a little bit vocal. So just kind of keeping in mind that she can be a little bit loud. But otherwise, she is a super friendly, affectionate dog. She sometimes reacts negatively to the other dogs in the kennel, but I don't think they've necessarily mentioned that they've had any issues with her outside. A lot of dogs don't love the other dogs in the kennel. They like to trash talk a little bit, like, I'm going out and you're not. Have fun staying inside. But all things to work on. If you have an existing dog in your household, it's really important to make sure that we do those meet and greets to make sure it's going to be a good fit.
So Demi was training to be a service dog.
Correct.
Why didn't she make the cut?
So one word, anxiety, right? So right now, Demi is on quite a few medications. We have her on some gabapentin to help her kind of settle in. She's also on a supplement that's commonly used called L-theanine that can kind of help take that edge off. She was just too nervous around other dogs and going into new environments and being around new people. And as a service dog, that's your job. You have to go into all of these different places. And it was a little bit too overwhelming for her. So she's better suited for the lifestyle of a pet that can stay at home, maybe go to the park, but not being forced to go into loud and noisy and busy places all the time to do a job. But that doesn't diminish, how great she's going to be in a household. Just needs a family to understand that she does take some time to warm up, settle in, and that she might not be able to go to the brewery with you on the weekend. She might prefer to stay at the house and wait for you to get back. And that she may or may not need to be on some sort of, medication to take that edge off for her long term. So just being prepared for those things. But otherwise, she's a wonderful dog and is going to make a great companion. If you want her to be your companion, you can go to visitfcac.as.me to start that process.